Oh, right. So we got some things happening right now. It's titillating. All right, it's kind of a big deal. I haven't said nothing about it on the channel because I've been waiting around for further developments. But we got a big deal going on here, and well, we're gonna get right into it. So growing up, my grandfather had a particular kind of trailer, and it was a nifty trailer. And we never knew much about it because there was little to no information about these trailers, just like there isn't now. All right. But it was the only one we'd ever seen of its kind. We knew there was other ones that existed, but we'd never seen them. Now, fast forward a few years later, I find one of these trailers. But at the time, I didn't have the money to buy it. I told my brother about it. He didn't have the money to buy it, and it escaped our grasp. Okay? Fast forward again, years later, years and years, all right? One of them comes up available. Here local in Georgia, up the road a piece up towards LJ. My brother wants it. He's going to go get it, blah, blah, blah. So he ends up going to get it. All right. He ends up giving it to me for my birthday. My birthday was a few days ago, and by that, a couple weeks ago, whatever. It's easy to remember my birthday because it's the day after 9/11 and the day before my grandfather died, so it's real easy to remember when it is. But anyway, he went and bought it, and then he gave it to me for my birthday because I just turned 30. Even though I look 75, I actually just turned 30. All right. So he gave it to me. And I know you're asking, what the hell are you talking about, Red Clay Trailer? What trailer are you talking about? Come on, this is clickbait. What trailer? I'm talking about this trailer right here. Okay? I don't know if you can see it or not, but this trailer right here is a Knox, Knox, right here, Knox trailer. Okay? And on the front of it, it also says Knox Trailer. Okay? Now, some of you have heard of this trailer. Some of you haven't. Some of you think it looks kind of like a Ben-Hur trailer or a David Bradley trailer or something like that. And you're right, it's from that same area, but this one's superior in every way. Okay? Let me tell you why. This trailer, it's a 3/4 ton trailer. These came out from all the research that I can do, and it took a lot to find what little bit I did find, but it came out in 1945, right there at the end of the war, civilian versions of the military trailer, of the Willys or Bantam trailer they made during World War II. This is loosely inspired by that. It looks completely different. It's not similar really in any way, except for that it's a small trailer, mainly targeted for use behind Jeeps and for farm purposes. Tractors, Jeeps, trucks, stuff like that. This one was made by a company called Knox Corporation. And you're going, well, what makes sense? It's local. That's why it's impressive. It's made in Waynesboro, Georgia. All right. And in the post-Civil War South, the only thing we made in the South, other than tears and sadness and drug use, is cast iron pans and apparently badass Knox trailers. Okay. Every other piece of machinery that you care to name, cars, engines, everything is made up north or out west or something. Nothing is homespun and local to the south, except for Birmingham Stove and Range cast iron pans, Lodge cast iron pans, some stoves from Atlanta Stove Works, and Knox trailers. All right, this is from Waynesboro, Georgia. It's made by a company called Knox Corporation. Knox Corporation, from what little bit I can gather, mainly made mobile homes, trailers. All right. And apparently, at the end of the war, they diverged off and started making this. This company, Knox, was a branch of Knox Corporation. From what I can tell, they made these from 1945 up to around 1950. I can't find any proof they made them beyond 1950. I've seen them listed as 45s, seen them listed as 46, 7, 8, 9. I actually haven't seen a 1951, but I've read that they did make them into 1950. That's all I know about them. All right. Now, I was able, because I was a history major in college, all right, I was able to find some information through some deep historical research, and I was able to find original advertisements for this trailer. in local newspapers here in the great state of Georgia. All right, so I was able to find several advertisements from 1946. I found one from 1945, and I'm going to put those ads in this video so you can see them. All right, and I've cropped them down to just the ad because we don't care about women's brasiers that are being sold in Athens, Georgia in 1946. But I can show you the ads, so I'm going to put those in here somewhere right in this section. Now, this trailer is in need of a little bit of love and care. Yeah, it's still intact, but you've got some tears over here on its. This tailgate's very similar to a Willys tailgate, but anyway, it's got some tears in here at the joint. The floor is actually mostly intact, but it's got some rot in it in a couple areas. This one, I don't know how old it is because the data plate's missing, but it is rated for 3/4 of a ton, whereas Willys or Bantam trailer from the war is a 1/4 ton trailer. So this one's heavier duty. It's got pretty thick leaf springs on it for a trailer. They came factory with a single tail light. You can actually, it mentions that in the ad. They came with these sick hubcaps like this. They ran a 16-inch wheel. So you can run, a Jeep tire, the same Jeep tire that you have on your Jeep, you can run on your badass Knox trailer. All right. Now, they came in variations. Some of them, this stake pocket wasn't there at all. Some of them, it's there like this, but it's not actually on top. It's just for looks. And they had other ones that ran the full length down and was like a full usable stake pocket. Now, this one needs some rust repair on the sides of it. The front bed support has got some rust in it. This stake pocket, let me angle you down here. This stake pocket is broken loose, but it's intact enough to repair it. So it's loose. It's got some rot in here. So what we're going to do, and some probably a well-meaning individual, but somebody with a IQ about the size of room temperature, destroyed the hitch up here because it had a conventional ball hitch. It ran the old style that had the twist knob on top, which is terrible, but it did have it factory, and they cut this off and crudely welded this pin on it to be pulled, I guess, behind a tractor. So I can't fault them for wanting to use their Knox trailer, but I wish they could have done a little bit cleaner job here. So I'm going to have to cut that off, and I'll probably put a pintle hitch on it because I'm planning on using this behind the CJ5. All right, so I don't know if y'all are as excited about this as I am, but I am so damn excited I can't even hardly stand it. All right, because this is a unit of a trailer. Now, some Knox trailers had an embossed oval around the Knox right here. Mine doesn't have that. So there's little variations in them, but this one's intact. I'm going to take it apart. The box is actually welded to the subframe here, so I can only take it apart so much. But what I'm going to do is, this front is riveted on, so I'm going to take it off. The floor is welded in, so I'm going to cut it real gently and take it out because the floor is completely intact except for a little bit up here in the front. So I'm going to take the floor out so I can get down to the subframe, the bed supports underneath the bed floor, so I can fix this front one and the side one over here and just patch those together right here in this corner, and it runs a little bit up in here, the rust. Get in there by taking the floor out, and see, it's got this little bit of rust in it right here. The actual floor is completely intact. It's just up here in the front, all up in here. But I'm going to reuse the floor but take the floor out. That way I can patch the side walls, like where you can see that daylight right there. There's a little bit on this side. Patch that all back together. Fix this core support up here in the front. Fix the sides of it real good, and then I'll put the floor back in and tag it back into place like it's supposed to, and then I'm gonna paint it. Now, this one originally was red. It's still got some of the red paint underneath it, where you can see a lot of them were red with black fenders. So we're probably gonna paint it some variation of that. Red with black fenders, red with just red all over like that. It'll look real good pulling it behind my Willys truck whenever I get it done. So, this is a unit of a trailer. I haven't been this excited about something in a long time. This really is something that I never thought I'd get to see again. We no longer have the other one. That was the family one. But it's alright, because we got this one. And I know what you're thinking. You're like, well, Rickley Trailer, that one's in bad shape. You're not going to be using it much anytime soon. Well, let me show you something else. Let me collapse you up here real quick. And I'll just carry you like this on the tripod. And let me show you something else. We'll go this way. You can take a look at the wood pile when we go by. All right, I got to show you something else. Something equally as exciting. All right. This is, if you go online and try to look up a Knox trailer, you're going to find nothing on them. There's a little bit of information about them on the website Willys, where guys are looking for them for their Jeeps. A very, very scant amount of information, but there is some pictures of them. But let me show you something else. Take a look at this. You see that? You see this right here? That's right, you guessed it, that's another one. That's another Knox. This one is a 46. My brother just went and got this one yesterday out of North Carolina. And this one's similar to mine, but different. So let's talk about how it's different. The most obvious thing is it's in dramatically better condition. It's got the original hitch on it, but it's also got this early style diamond plate, this I can't remember what they actually called it. It's like a dimpled type steel. This one says Knox front and back. This one's still got the data plate on it. This one's got basically no rust in it. It's made a little bit sturdier than my other one. So I don't know if the other one is newer or older. I don't know if my other one is up 45 and then they changed it to this in 46. I don't know. It's got the single tail light. It's got this dimpled steel in it. This one's bed floor is perfectly intact. Sidewalls are really, really nice. Front and back's nice. Subframe's perfect. It's got the hitch on it. Like I say, there's the original style hitch with the twist knob down here. See, it's got the twist knob right there. And the unique thing about this one is the way this one's made, they changed it. So where mine, the box itself and its subframe is welded to the frame of the trailer, this one's bolted to it. So we can actually unbolt this whole bed off of its frame. That way we can sandblast it and paint it. Because that's what we're going to do. We're going to disassemble it, take that bed off of it, and get in there and sandblast the frame and the bed and everything, and make it real nice, and then you know, primer it, paint it, because we don't want it rusted any more than it currently is, and it's not rusted through anywhere that I've seen. And this is unbelievable because it's got the data plate on it, and the data plate says Knox Corporation, Waynesboro, Georgia. Says it's 46. We think that's the date, 1946. serial number 15. Its weight is 540 pounds, and its capacity is 1,500 pounds. So, it's got its data plate. Mine doesn't have it, unfortunately. You can't buy one. Nobody sells one or anything. There's no other markings on the trailer to get one. And the state of Georgia has recently, not too long ago, made it almost impossible to have one listed as homemade, because now they want you to have a list of the materials, where you bought them from, how much money you have in the trailer, who built it for you, if you built it, if somebody else built it. They want to know what color underwear you were wearing while you built the trailer or while somebody else built the trailer. It's a nightmare now. So we're going to have to figure out something different to register my trailer. But this one is no issue. Once we get it painted up, we can get a tag for this one, no issue, and get this one back on the road. But my grandfather used his a lot to haul firewood with. He used it in conjunction with the splitter that he built. And they're good, nimble little trailers, but they hold good weight in them, so you can move stuff around, but they're small enough to get around. They're perfect to pull behind the CJ5, because we can use it to put camping gear in. You can do stuff. Hell, I could sleep back there, put a little awning top on it. You can use it as an overland trailer if you wanted to. But the main reason to use it is because the looks. All right, the looks. When we get this thing painted up, all one color, and you got the Knox letters painted white, how good that'll look, it's going to be insurmountable. All right. I hope you're as excited about this as I am. A lot of my viewers are older folks, so some of y'all probably remember these. Maybe you can tell me a little bit more information about them, but from what I can tell, they made them to at least 1950. I suspect that they might have made them a little bit beyond 1950, but I have no evidence for that. And I don't have any idea how many they made. I don't think they made very many. I'm talking probably, if I had to guess how many Knox trailers did they actually make, I would say they probably made, there's no way to know, but I would say probably less than 5,000 of them total. And I'd be amazed if it was even 5,000. So they're considered to be one of the rarest, what they call Jeep trailers. Ben-Hur trailers are fairly common. David Bradley ones are fairly common. Spin trailers are fairly common. I've seen lots of those over the years. I've only seen 3 Knoxes for sale, and we bought 2 of them. So it's something, I'm telling you. And as soon as we get Jubal done, I know the reason why I haven't been messing with Jubal here lately is 2 reasons. The soul-crushing depression of trying to figure out what's wrong with the clutch mechanism. But the more important reason is I'm working on an axle that's going to go under my other truck, my Chevrolet, my 90s model Chevrolet. And I was having to get parts, brakes, and all this kind of stuff to fix it. And so it was sitting in the way in front of Jubal. And I need it out of the way so that I can pull the engine out of Jubal so I can diagnose what's wrong with the clutch, why it's not working right. And I've got that axle basically done. I've got to pull that other truck down here. I need to take its bed off and address some other issues going on with it, and then put that axle underneath it. And once that axle's out of the way in the shop, then I'm going to pull the engine back out of Jubal. So it'll be a little bit longer, but it's not going to be unbelievably longer. I hope in the next few weeks I'll be back to working on Jubal again. So keep an eye out for those videos. If you want to see more Knox content, if you like this, because I'm going to do a series of videos of me working on that other trailer. I think it'd be neat to show what it looks like, document restoring it. I'm not going to restore it to like Concur's Mecum auction level. I'm just going to patch it back up so it doesn't get any worse and paint it up nice. And that'll be more than good enough for me and what I'm going to use it for, and it'll keep it alive and safe where it's not going to rot away. But if you want to see that, or if you want to see the kind of restoration on this trailer, if you are interested in that, please let me know in the comments. Tell me you want to see it, and I will film it all while we work on both the Knox trailers. Until next time, until the next video, remember, Willys for life, Knox for life, and just save the old stuff. All right, this trailer, the guy my brother bought it from, got it from a guy that was going to throw it in a dumpster. All right, don't be that guy. Just because you don't like something doesn't mean that somebody else wouldn't literally cut off their left nipple for it, all right? That's me, all right? Cut it off, gone for this Knox trailer, all right? Don't scrap stuff like this. If you work in a scrapyard or something, don't let one of these bad boys come through there and get crushed by the claw. Don't do it. Be an American. Believe in your country. Save the Knox trailer. All right? Do the Lord's work. All right? Till next time, till next video, I am the Ray Clay Traveler. Sick, badass hubcaps on your Knox trailer for life. Get it? Yeah.